Hi friends, this is your pal Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about an American event that is coming, which is the 2024 YR4 Asteroid Earth proximity event that is going to happen in 2032. It will either pass close to the Earth or it will strike the Earth and kill one or more cities. That is most likely what will happen. Okay, so what are the possibilities of 2024 YR4 striking Earth naturally, like just on its own trajectory, right? If no one interrupts its path, what are its possibilities? 2.3% chance of becoming a city killer, of striking the Earth and killing one city, or it's possible if it creates a tsunami, it could knock out multiple cities. I think it's possible that there are places on the planet it could strike and kill no cities, right? But a an impact is cataclysmic. It could be significant, right? So there's very little possibility it will strike the Earth and not kill anyone. I think the possibility of that is extremely low. But it has, on its own trajectory, it has a 2.3% chance of striking the Earth, and it has a probability beyond that of killing one or more cities. Okay, so hundreds of thousands, if not low millions, maybe even, you're talking 6-digit deaths, possibly 7-digit deaths. Yeah, hold on. 6 million, that's 7. 8-digit deaths. There's a distinct possibility of 8-digit deaths, right? In between like 10 and 100 million lives. Like, this is not a joke, right? Now, that's a 2.3% chance of it striking Earth of its own volition, okay? I think there is a 97.7% possibility. There's only a 2.3% chance that the 2024 YR4 asteroid will not strike Earth. And the reason, and will not become a multiple city killer. Why is that? I believe it is a certainty, a 97.7% certainty that a villain nation, a villain faction, or a villain billionaire will use 65-year-old technology to plant space guidance equipment on the 2024 YR4 comet, or actually asteroid, excuse me, and literally give it an orchestrated impact vector to choose where it will strike, right? I think it's a no-brainer. Like, there's no possibility. There's a 2.3% possibility. I think it's inverted. Like, NASA thinks there's a 2.3% chance that it will strike the Earth. I think there's a 97.7% chance. And the reason why is I think one villain nation, one villain faction, one villain billionaire will make sure it strikes the Earth. And the reason why is it's just economically smart, right? Why should anybody go against the CIA, go against the MI6, try to get a nuclear bomb, when they can get a weapon of mass destruction far more effective, far more terrifying than any nuclear bomb, and far easier to do, right? Like, they don't even need to hit the Earth on this pass. They can put the 2024 YR4 asteroid into the gravitational keyhole, and then it's almost a certainty that it'll strike on one of its subsequent passes. It passes the Earth every 4 years, right? So literally, like the presidential election, just one villain nation, one villain faction, one villain billionaire, using technology that is child's play. There's so many billionaires in space travel now that you can't even count them on one hand. There's tons of them, right? Like, there's just, like, it's trivial. Anybody with like $5 million could do this, right? It's trivial, right? So, I mean, the technology, we've had it since 1969, Like this isn't even up to date technology. This is not even like all you'd have to do is use like basic math and protractors. Like it's nothing for billionaires, right? Now you do need let's be clear, you have to be a billionaire. Actually, I don't even think you have to be a billionaire. I think an MIT student could do this. I really do. I don't think an MIT student would do this. Let me say, any MIT equivalent engineer could do this. It's nothing. It's nothing, right? For anybody who's smart and dedicated. I don't even think you need to be a billionaire to do this. Okay. All right. So once you realize that all you need is one villain, and we have these villains. Vladimir Putin has already proven to the world that he's more than willing to kill hundreds of thousands of people for nothing, right? For no reason, right? So the villain exists, right? This is a lock. It's a 97.7% chance, in my humble opinion. I think NASA's literally got it inverted, right? There's a 2.3% chance that when you consider the villains in the world, and you consider the bad actors that already exist, and you consider the already established space travel participation of existing billionaires, there's no possibility that this thing will be targeted to the Earth. None, in my humble opinion. Okay? All right. So what do we do about it? All right. So one, there's lots of things we need to do about it. Today I'm just going to talk about one. And that is the most powerful thing we can do to stop 2024 YR4 asteroid from coming and striking the Earth. And that is, we need to rename it. Okay? So first of all, scientists, you suck. You suck so bad, and I really despise how outrageously you are failing the human society. Okay? So scientists are fantastic at doing the numbers and getting the right answers. They are abominable at communicating those numbers. They're just so bad. This is a city killer headed toward us right now. What did they name it? 2024 YR4 asteroid. That is literally the name. That is a crap name, and it vexes me that not a single scientist said, "Hey, we got to name this stuff something that people are going to worry about," right? Because people need to worry. People need to be terrified of this. Terrified, because if they're not, nothing's going to happen. You need to get terrified about the 2024 YR4 asteroid, in my humble opinion. Here's why. Okay, so and here's how we fix this. Okay, so first of all, going forward, I'm not going. I will clarify once, maybe twice, maybe three times in my video. 2024 YR4 asteroid. No, terrible name. Here's the new name. Okay, coined by J. Scott Garibay. The Hyperstrike asteroid. The Hyperstrike asteroid. The Hyperstrike asteroid. It's going to strike the Earth because it is guaranteed that some villain faction, villain nation, or villain billionaire will figure out the basic math that they can get. This is a nuclear weapon on a coupon plan. Do you understand this? This is a coupon nuke. That's what the Hyperstrike asteroid is. And it is dangerous, foolish, and ridiculous to call it the 2024 YR4 asteroid. And as much as possible, I'm not going to call it that anymore. I'm going to call it what it is. The Hyperstrike asteroid. The asteroid that will strike the Earth in 2032. Almost guaranteed, right? All you need is one disgruntled billionaire and 65-year-old tech, right? You don't even need a computer to do this. You could do the math with protractors, right? This is a terrifying threat that is hurtling toward the Earth. And the U.S. government needs to get on this. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to leave this to the U.S. government. The United States of American people need to stop this, right? So first of all, the first thing we're going to do is give this an appropriate name. The 2024 YR4 asteroid is the Hyperstrike asteroid. The Hyperstrike asteroid. Because it will hit Earth. It absolutely will hit Earth, in my humble opinion. Because there's no possibility that we're not going to have a villain who's going to create an orchestrated impact vector for this thing by landing guided propulsion systems on that thing with unmanned robots, unmanned vehicles, and unmanned equipment. And they're just going to guide it to whatever city they wish, right? Most likely New York City. I think that's almost a certainty, right? So it's guaranteed to be an American target. And frankly, if you go to strike, a city in America, come on, like ain't nobody going to hit Austin, right? Like it's going to go to NYC, right? So I believe there's a 97.7% chance the Hyperstrike asteroid will strike New York City in 2032. Okay, unless we, the American people, stop it. Okay, I am asking for your help. So here's what you want to do. One, start talking to people about this. Tell them there is an asteroid coming called the Hyperstrike asteroid that will hit in 2032. And all they need to do is a simple Google search, and they will understand that what you're saying is correct. And then explain to them an orchestrated impact vector, right? Also explain to them the gravitational keyhole. Once anybody understands those terms, Hyperstrike asteroid, 2032, gravitational keyhole, orchestrated impact vector, done, right? They're going to get worried because nobody wants New York City to be dust, right? Nobody wants to beat a sheet of glass. And that's what would happen if the Hyperstrike asteroid is targeted there, which is almost as certainly unless you and I stop it. In my humble opinion, every single word you just heard in this video is my humble opinion. Absolutely nothing more, absolutely nothing less. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider like subscribing and have a fetch millennium.